Welcome back to the Enchanted Booklands. My name is Renee, and today I'm going to be telling you about the books that I read in one sitting. So my definition of one sitting is literally like a day. I got up to go to the bathroom or whatever because that's like human nature. So if I read it in a day or, in a few hours, then it's in this list. And some of these will include the sequels as well, so we'll just discuss that at that point. So the first book that's on my stack here that I have is The Hunger Games, and this is by Suzanne Collins. And as this is a very popular book and movie, so you've probably heard of it. It was a really easy read. I pretty much devoured this book. I didn't actually read this till I was like in college, so I was a little bit late to the game. But I wanted to read it, before the movie came out because the movie looked good. I ended up loving this book series. It's so good. I'm not really going to give a summary of this just because everybody knows what The Hunger Games is at this point. You've either seen the movie or you've read the books. Alright, so the next book is Vampire Academy. Now, this one is very particular to the sequels. I read this book when I was in high school, I think. It was during my Twilight phase, so yeah, I was reading anything that had vampires, and so I got this like at half price books or something, and I really want this in hardcover, by the way, but it's so hard to find because I don't think they initially publish this in hardcover, just paperback, and they have like an anniversary edition, but it's like really hard to like find. So I'm pretty much keeping my eyes peeled at these bookstores trying to find this. I might have to try to get it online. I don't know. Besides the point, Vampire Academy follows some vampires, some half breeds, basically. Not gonna go too much summary because there's been like a movie and TV show about it, so you probably have heard of it. The sequels in particular, I devoured. Like, I had to read the next book right then. Like, I read like multiple books in a day. I was flying through these. They're just so addicting. Alright, so the next book that I have here in my stack that I've read in one sitting is The Falconer. So I devoured this series just like I devoured Vampire Academy. This whole entire series, I read each book in a day or less. I hated that they ended on cliffhangers. Every single one of these books ended on a cliffhanger, and that's my only negative comment towards this book, is that there's cliffhangers at the end. So if you start reading this book and you like it, pause and go order those so that they're there by the time you finish this. So this is like Buffy meets fairies. Love it. Alright, so the next book on my stack is actually a sequel book. So this is Court of Mist and Fury. I've read this multiple times in one sitting, so I probably do for another reread of this, but this is the sequel to a Court of Thorns and Roses, and I did really speed through A Court of Thorns and Roses, but this book just I was gone. Like, I opened this book and that was it. And I know this was pretty popular because I even know someone who's not even a huge fan of Sarah J. Maas, and she said loved this book. She didn't really like the later ones, but she did love this, so I know I'm not weird. Alright, so the next book that I have on my stack that I read in one day or one sitting is The Daughter of a Pirate King, and this is the first book to, I think it's a duology. I haven't read the second book, but I read this in one sitting. It's not that long. It's only like 300 pages long, or maybe actually less. I was doing like a readathon or something, and so I sat and just read this so that I could like complete the readathon because it was like the last day. But it was a really good book and I enjoyed it. So this follows like a pirate, a girl who basically gets captured on purpose because she's trying to basically find this map for her father. And then they go, and then I think the second book they like follow the map or something. It's very, very interesting book, and there's some romance in it. It's been a while. It's been like 2 years since I read this, so I'm kind of fuzzy on the details, but it was a good book. I mean, it wasn't like a favorite book or anything, but it was at least a three or 4 star, more of a 3 star, I think, because it was really good and I was able to like, you know, sit there and read it, but I wasn't like huge on it. Like it wasn't a favorite, like some of these books behind me. All right, and the last book, I probably mentioned that I read it in one day before, so this probably might not be a surprise to you unless you're new here. This is Uprooted by Naomi Novik, and this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it's got a very interesting like antagonists because they're literally woods that are these corrupted woods. And if you get touched by these woods, basically you're gonna basically die. You're gonna become part of the wood, I believe is how it goes. It's been a while since I've read this. I should probably read it, but it is one of my favorite books and I just love it. All right, so that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you next time. Bye.